Hello, everyone. Oh my word. Oh my word. I can't believe that we're already in February. It kind of feels like time is just moving very quickly. I kind of feel like January, it went by very fast. To be fair, I was doing a lot of projects. I was doing Lore Archive. Oh no, is it really? Hold on, sorry. My apologies. Let's start over without the fireplace. Hello, everyone. Something might be on fire. I think it was your ears. My apologies. I changed out the decor in here, and put away the Christmas decorations and everything, and I might have forgotten that there was a fireplace noise. It's Firebrary. Let her cook. That's the thing. I don't want to cook you all. God, I'm so sorry. I was looking at, because I can see, the decibels for, how loud it is. It's crazy loud. I don't know. The way that they normally have it set is that, it won't automatically make it so I can hear it. The OBS tends to prioritize the viewer experience. So I have to toggle on some of that stuff, so I didn't even realize that it was on. Well, happy almost Lunar New Year, everyone. Oh my word. For those of you watching the VOD later, I'm sorry that I almost cooked you all. That was unintentional. My bad. She's going to eat us all. No need to worry about that. Everyth's fine. I've turned down the fire, so no one will get cooked tonight. Oh god. Yumie cooking her bounty hunters. Shake my head. I mean, if I did have a bounty on my head, I would have to, have some protective measures to make sure that bounty hunters couldn't come after me. But I promise I won't cook anyone. It sounds like a really bad way to go out. But yes, everyone, happy Lunar New Year. It's also, a lot of folks will refer to it as the Chinese New Year. So I've seen folks will write happy CNY or LNY. They're both equivalent. I figured that I would call it the Lunar New Year just because there's a bunch of different countries that all celebrate this, even though it does originate out of China. So yeah, I'm really excited to talk about this with you all. It's a really, really cool festival with a lot of fantastic symbolism around it, a lot of really good food, which I'm always a big fan of, and and generally just really good vibes. So yeah, thank you all for coming and hanging out. By the way, near the end, once I'm done with the presentation, just like my other holidays around the world streams, we will be drawing together at the very end. And if you want to draw along, you can go to the Tsuchitomo Discord. The link is in the description for my channel. A bunch of people have already drawn things and I love them all. So this is fantastic. We're off to a great start on this one. But yeah, anyway, I figure we'll kind of hop into this. I'll tell you all about the history of the Lunar New Year, about some of the symbolism surrounding it, and how a bunch of different countries celebrate it today, which is really cool. So yeah. You heard her. Good vibes, folks. Exactly. No cooking anyone over a fire accidentally. God, I feel so bad for your ears. That's the second time I've done this too. I gotta remember that when I have some of these animated screens, they'll have sound effects with them. Well, if I have any other backgrounds with fire or fireworks, I'll try to remember that so I don't blast your ears next time. Alright, well, Year of the Dragon's off to a good start. Let's hop into it, y'all. Let's hop into the Lunar New Year. So, many parts of the world celebrate what is referred to as the Solar New Year. So this is what takes place on January 1st. So this is something that even places that celebrate the Lunar New Year will still recognize, because everyone by and large now uses the same calendar. But in lots of regions of Asia, as well as places all over the world, they also celebrate the Lunar New Year, which is a wonderful festival that welcomes in spring and good fortune. So let me talk about it with y'all. Oh god, the stream chat is just Yumi's cauldron. She's cooking us all. Yeah, I do have a tendency to put the chat right over whatever fire is on screen. No need to think too much about that. Yeah, moving on. Lunar calendar. Okay, so let's talk about how the Lunar New Year is actually determined, as well as what the lunar calendar is. So this originated out of China, and it is still recognized across a lot of different Asian countries and any place that's going to be celebrating the Lunar New Year. And the way that the lunar calendar works is that each lunar month will start on the new moon. So this is when the moon is almost completely invisible in the sky. It's got the Earth's shadow that's completely covering it. So each lunar month will start on the new moon, and then there are other kind of important events that will sometimes happen on other phases of the moon within that month, but that's something to keep in mind. So the beginning of a lunar month on the lunar calendar will start with a new moon. It's kind of like the beginning of the moon, if you think about it. It's when it's the most darkest, and then throughout the rest of the month, it will become lighter, and then it will gradually fade back to being dark again. It's kind of a nice idea. I really like it. So the reason that I'm bringing up that each lunar month begins on the date of the new moon is this is important for determining when the Lunar New Year is going to start. Unlike the solar new year, which has a predetermined date, it's always going to happen on January 1st. The lunar new year is really flexible. It doesn't happen at the same time every year because the new moon will happen at different times. Generally, the Lunar New Year is somewhere between January 21st and February 20th. So between that time frame, that 1 month period, whenever the new moon happens during that time, that will mark the beginning of the Lunar New Year. The reason why this is relevant is this is a little bit later than the Solar New Year. The Solar New Year is pretty firmly in the middle of winter, whereas the Lunar New Year is kind of getting a little closer towards spring. In particular, especially if it falls in February, this is getting to be the time of year where, especially in certain parts of the world, farmers would actually be planting things and preparing for spring. They would be sowing their fields and getting ready for the upcoming growing season. So, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting too excited already talking about agriculture. We're gonna hop into more of that later. Okay, so for our purposes, the first lunar month of this year, again, it's falling between January 21st and February 20th. And for this Lunar New Year, that's going to fall on the 9th. So that's the first new moon of that time period. So that's why we're celebrating it then. But from year to year, it's going to be celebrated on different days. And this is just something to keep in mind. It will be very flexible as a result. So, as I alluded to earlier, I got too excited about this. Also, I'll talk a little bit more later about why I've swapped back into my red outfit. Normally I'm wearing a scarf just to keep warm during the winter months, but I wanted to wear my red outfit for today, so it's a little bit different than usual. But anyway, so back to agriculture. So the first month of the Lunar New Year marked when farmers could begin planting again for spring. It sounds a little counterintuitive to be planting when it might still be cold out, but some plants want to get started before it gets too warm. You can make sure that the fields are at least ready to go. You can till to make sure that the soil is broken up. You can do a lot of things even if you're not planting yet. But some parts of the world don't get that cold, so you could theoretically start planting even as early as February for certain crops. So, as a result, the Lunar New Year traditionally was created as a celebration for spring. It was supposed to herald the ending of winter and the beginning of looking forward to the next year, looking forward to planting and making a new harvest, getting everything all prepared, coming out of the long, cold winter months. And I think that's really lovely. I love that the Lunar New Year is something that celebrates spring and new beginnings. Moving on from the past year and going into the future, looking forward to a good harvest as well as good fortune. So yeah, I think it's really nice. I really love it. Oh my word. Oh, I'm also glad that y'all enjoy this accessory. I haven't been able to use it for a bit. It's a New Year's accessory. So yeah, I'm glad y'all like it. So, the Lunar New Year isn't just about new beginnings and about celebrating the upcoming spring. It's also a time of remembrance. It's looking back on the past year and on the past in general, remembering ancestors and relatives and honoring them in some capacity. So there's kind of two facets to the Lunar New Year. You've got looking forward to the future, wishing for good fortune for yourself and for those that you love in your life, and then looking back, reflecting on the past year, trying to move past certain things and make changes in your life, or simply just honoring people who have mattered to you, whether that's relatives, whether that's good friends, people in your life who have made an impact. So yeah, I think it's a really lovely festival with a bunch of really fantastic meanings to it. All right, so that's kind of the general history of the Lunar New Year. And again, this is going to be a very high-level overview because there are a lot of different variations for this festival, depending on where you live in the world. But these are things that are fairly common across different cultures and different regions. So I thought it was worth talking about just for the history of this festival and what it has come to symbolize now. All right, so the Lunar New Year is a little bit different from the Solar New Year, not just because it takes place at different times, but also it has what I'm going to call 3 phases to it. This is a whole affair. This is not just a one-day thing. This is a gigantic event that takes place and is thought about for a long time leading up to it. So, first phase of the Lunar New Year. Preparing for the new year. This is a big deal. There are a lot of things that take place leading up to the new year that are all very important and things that people take very seriously. And I thought it would be really cool to talk about those, the different traditions that people have, especially for different regions, because I think it's all really cool as people are heading into the Lunar New Year. Then, I'm going to call us the 3 days of the new year. Some regions will get like the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and then another day after it. Some countries will do New Year's Day and then the 3 days after that. But it's kind of like the 3 days of the new year. A lot of places it will be a 3-day holiday. So this is like a big festival, a big celebration that is happening. Then, after all of this is said and done, 15 days after the Lunar New Year is the Lantern Festival, which is its whole own thing, and it is fantastic. So, man, I wish it was a 3 new day, year, week, month. A 3-day work week would be great. I'd be super into that. But yes, no. 3 days of the new year is generally actually considered a public holiday in a lot of Asian countries. So there are a lot of places in Asia that celebrate the Lunar New Year, One thing I do want to note is that Japan is one of the few places that generally celebrates the Solar New Year, although from what I've read, it sounds like Okinawa is one of the few exceptions. They actually will have a Lunar New Year celebration there, which is really cool. But regardless of whether you live in a country that actually celebrates this, or, you know, if this is something that you have never heard of before, I think that this is something I want to share with you all, because I love big celebrations like this, of bringing people together, of looking forward to the next year, of just spreading good cheer and tidings to everyone. So yeah, anyway, I thought this would be a really cool thing to hop into, and we got a couple of phases of this to hop through. So let's start with our very first phase, preparing for the new year. Yeah, and you know, Tofri, I think that's a really good point. If a place celebrates it or not, it's generally because this Lunar New Year and the lunar calendar originated from China. Different countries that have large, traditionally, like Chinese populations or who have had Chinese immigration at some time are generally going to be places that have these celebrations, but I've found by and large a lot of Southeast Asian countries just tend to celebrate this, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I don't know, I'm excited to tell you all about this. There's a lot of really cool things that people do for this. Okay, so preparing for the new year. It's a whole thing, y'all. There's a lot of things that people will do as they're heading into this. It doesn't have to necessarily be super fancy, and obviously not everyone is going to do all of these things, but these are just some of the things that people will do heading up to the new year. So, for one thing, a lot of places and a lot of homes will do very extensive spring cleaning. The idea and the tradition behind this is that you're trying to clean out all of the essentially like dust and old things from the previous year. For a long time, there was this idea of like, you're trying to clean out all of the old or maybe bad spirits that have accumulated in your house over the last year, and you're moving into the new year, which I think is kind of lovely. It's kind of, let's clean everything out. Let's make sure that there's no dust on things. Let's make sure that everything is ready to go for the new year. But this can be a really big thing depending on, you know, how much you actually want to get into this. There are some families who will really clean out their houses just in preparation for this. But it's also just a really nice excuse to really hop into the new year on a good foot. So making sure that you've got everything clean in your place and all nice and tidy, I think is really lovely. So yeah, I think this is a really cool thing that a lot of folks do heading into the Lunar New Year. Next. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, so in regards to putting away or getting rid of the old and welcoming in the new, when it comes to shopping, the Lunar New Year goes hard. Lunar New Year shopping is wild. It's a huge thing. So in other countries, there will be really big events, like think of something like in the country that I live, the United States, Black Friday is a really big shopping event. The Lunar New Year is enormous. There is a whole bunch of things that are on sale, a whole bunch of celebratory things, a whole bunch of new clothes or new things for your home, or just all sorts of things that people can go and do. So yeah, this is one of the ways that people are trying to welcome in the new, is by taking advantage of the fact that there will be a lot of things on sale and a lot of things to go and shop for. So yeah, time to renew everything. Yeah, no, it's a lot. I have looked at like footage and some things from some of like the really big Lunar New Year shopping places. It is wild, y'all. It is absolutely wild. So yeah, really enormous shopping that tends to happen around this time of year. So some of this will happen leading up to the Lunar New Year, and some of this will happen on the Lunar New Year, kind of like right around it. And, as some of you all might have noticed, this isn't always the case, depending on where you are, but it is very common to see a lot of red decorations on things. In a lot of older traditional Chinese customs, red is considered to be a lucky or like a hopeful color. And I think that's really lovely that there's a lot of red that's hung everywhere. A bunch of red decorations, red clothing. If there's a way to add red into some of the dishes that you're going to be eating, people will go for that as well. So yeah, exactly. That's so that was why I wanted to wear this red outfit, because I thought it was really fitting for this. I also love red a lot, so this is extremely based that people really like the red decorations. Like I said, this isn't a universal thing. There are a ton of Lunar New Year celebrations that have a bunch of other colors that they'll go for too. But red is kind of a common theme across a lot of Lunar New Year celebrations. And I really love the symbolism of it as far as good fortune and luck. I think that's really cool because essentially you're wishing either for yourself or for a loved one that I hope that you have good fortune in the new year. I hope that luck will follow you, and I hope that this new year will bring good tidings and good luck. I think that's great. I think that's super cool. So, some of you from Vietnam have already been talking about this, which is wonderful. This is kind of more of a Vietnam-specific tradition, but it also pops up across a lot of other Lunar New Year celebrations. But buying flowers is a really big thing in Vietnamese celebrations, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's really cool. There's a lot of really gorgeous flowers that people will go and display around here. There's all kinds of wonderful flower markets. Oh, it's wonderful. Every time some of y'all have noticed that some of the pictures that I was grabbing were from Vietnamese celebrations. Oh, y'all go hard. Your Lunar New Year celebrations are incredible. Oh my God. There's so many beautiful colors everywhere. Oh, I love it. It's so good. Oh my gosh. And yes, no, if you like, regardless of whether you are Vietnamese or, you're just interested in the Lunar New Year, I think this is a really cool thing because flowers, they're a sign of new life, right? There's something that's blooming as spring is rolling around, and so this is a perfect way to celebrate the Lunar New Year because you're welcoming in the new spring, you're letting go of the past and the winter, washing that away and moving forward into the future. So yeah, anyway, I think that this is a fantastic tradition to go and get different types of flowers just to display around, which is wonderful. Also, a bunch of places will sell sunflowers, and I love sunflowers, so I think that's great. I love it so much. And of course, family reunions is a gigantic centerpiece of this entire holiday. This is comparable to really big holidays in the West, where people will travel for Christmas, or in my country, a lot of people will travel for a celebration called Thanksgiving. This is of a comparable, if not even bigger level, because there are a lot of people who will travel for the Lunar New Year just to head back home, to visit their families, to visit loved ones. So in the days and the week leading up to the Lunar New Year, a lot of people will be traveling home just to spend time with their loved ones, which is fantastic. I really like that. All right. So these are all of our preparations heading into the Lunar New Year. We've got spring cleaning, we've got a lot of shopping, we've got buying flowers and making sure that you make it back to either your family or loved ones. And then we have the 3 days of the new year. This enormous celebration. Oh my word. Okay. So, one of the really big things that a lot of celebrations will do is having really massive fireworks shows, or just having firecrackers in some capacity. This is really similar to some of the other celebrations we've talked about. This idea of light. making sure that the darkness goes away, which is really fitting for a festival about spring and new beginnings. So a lot of fireworks will be set off, firecrackers will be something that you'll see all over the place. And I love it. I think that that's super fun that people are, I don't know, it's a nice symbolic thing of trying to embrace light and new beginnings. And it's also just a really fun, beautiful thing to go and check out. Darkness away, darkness away. Exactly, exactly. In addition to this, a bunch of countries will also do something that are called lion dances. I looked up so much stuff on this ahead of time because there's so many different regional variations of this. It's really cool, but the short, I guess like common things between different countries' lion dances is that you'll generally have two people that are inside of this suit in some capacity. So one person will be the front legs and one person will be the back legs. And they'll do really impressive, elaborate dances that are really, really cool to watch. A lot of this originates from the idea of wearing these sorts of costumes to scare away demons or bad spirits and to usher in good luck and good fortune. And a lot of festivals now just have it as a really beautiful thing to watch. They're very technically challenging and it's very impressive to watch people do these. So yeah, I would highly suggest, if you've never actually seen this before, looking up lion dances online just to see. And like I said, there are a lot of different regional variations, different costumes that people wear, different meanings behind costumes. It's really, really cool. I don't know. I'm also someone as a snake who is very badly coordinated. I kind of can't help but watch lion dances and be really, really impressed by them. Like, they do so many really cool, impressive acrobatic things that I could never, ever do. So I don't know. I think that that's super cool. I would highly suggest checking it out. I think that they're awesome. In addition to this, this is something that tends to be slightly more based out of China, but I know that other countries also have dragon dances similar to this. But dragon dances are a little different from lion dances. So with lion dancing, it'll just be two people that are both coordinating a dance together in a very beautiful, colorful suit. Whereas dragon dances, you generally have a lot of people that are all propping up a dragon in some capacity. And the idea is that you want the dragon to be as long as possible because the length of the dragon is supposed to correspond to longevity. So it's this idea of trying to promote a long life and prosperity for people who are watching, which I think is a very nice, lovely idea. These are also super, super cool to watch. If you have never watched these, also go and check them out. I would highly recommend. It's very different from lion dances, but it's like a different type of coordination. Ugh, they're so cool. So cool. But yeah, I think that this idea is really fantastic of just embracing the symbol of a dragon because it represents longevity and prosperity. I think this is a really cool idea for the Lunar New Year of not just welcoming in the new, but also wishing that all of the people you love in your life will live a long time or be be prosperous. Not just or be prosperous. You can be both. You can be both. But it's a nice sentiment. I think it's really cool. The longer the snack lady, the longer she'll live. Maybe it's okay that I can't balance on my tail. I have a long tail, so maybe this is good for me still. Oh, man. Oh, one of my favorite parts. There is also, for the Lunar New Year, a lot of feasting. There are so many different incredible food traditions for many different countries, and I wanted to focus on a couple that I thought were really noteworthy or were very big traditional dishes for different countries. Obviously, a lot of different people do very different things, and what will actually be consumed for the Lunar New Year will change from household to household. But something that tends to pop up in a lot of Lunar New Year festivals is a hot pot, which is great because hot pot is something that you can have with a bunch of people all circling around a table together. You all hang out for a long time cooking and talking and spending time together. You can go and buy some more expensive ingredients that you might not get normally. So a lot of people will go and get more expensive meats, or they'll get some expensive seafood, just something that they wouldn't normally buy at a different time. Something that's really extravagant to welcome in the new year and yeah, just have a wonderful time with the people that you love, eating together and having really tasty hot pot. So yeah, this is a thing that pops up in a lot of Lunar New Year celebrations, but it is far from the only thing. A lot of households will just have a feast of some sort, just coming together and having some fun meal together, something that they might not have during the rest of the year, or they might just have on special occasions. And I think that's really cool as a nice way to usher in the new year. A couple of things in addition to hot pot that are also coming out of the Chinese roots of the Lunar New Year. Something that tends to pop up in a lot of celebrations is fish. In particular, whole fish tends to show up quite a bit. And this is because in Mandarin, the name for fish is very similar to, if I remember this correctly, I think the pronunciation of it is very similar to prosperity. So the idea of eating fish is that it's a lucky thing. It's something that is welcoming in good luck for the new year. It's it's also something that tends to be a little more expensive depending on where you're at. If you don't live in a coastal town, fish or seafood would be a little bit more expensive. But yeah, no, eating the whole fish. You'll often see it prepared just like this. So yeah. I think this is super cool. I love that this is something that folks do. I'm a big fan of seafood. In addition to this, another thing that you'll see at a lot of Lunar New Year celebrations are some sort of round orange fruit. So it could be oranges, it could be tangerines, it could be clementines, but something that is round and orange. Because kind of, this is a big callback to our Mid-Autumn Festival stream. But the symbolism of something that is round is that it is something that is whole and bringing together the family. So, or bringing together people that you love in your life. So this completeness is something that also shows up in symbolism and in the food of the Lunar New Year. So clementines and tangerines and oranges, they're all round. So they're symbolizing unity and togetherness, which is fantastic. And they're also orange, which is another symbol of good luck. So there's, in addition to red, there's a lot of orange or gold symbolism in a lot of Lunar New Year festivals. And this is the most like on the nose version of it. And I love it. I love oranges and tangerines and clementines. They're so good. They're so good. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a very easy thing to pick up if you do want to celebrate the Lunar New Year. If you have oranges or tangerines or clementines, picking up some and eating some is a really easy way to celebrate the new year. In addition to this, a lot of Chinese-inspired Lunar New Year festivals will also incorporate long noodles in some capacity. This is a very similar idea to the dragon that we talked about. So it's the idea that the longer the noodles are, the more you're wishing for longevity or prosperity in someone's life. So yeah, long noodles tend to show up a lot in a lot of celebrations and dishes and things like that. So yeah, I think it's fantastic. And yeah, no, with the clementines, I think it is the reason why gold or orange tends to pop up as a lucky color is definitely because it's related to money. It's definitely because they're related to coins, which I think is fantastic. So it's kind of like eating oranges or tangerines or clementines for the Lunar New Year is like, I'm wishing you good fortune, but especially with money. Which I think is great. So yes, no, that is a very good shout out for that. Oh my word. But yeah, no, indeed, the longer the noodle, the longer the life. So long noodles will show up in a lot of Lunar New Year celebrations, which is great. In addition to this, I wanted to highlight a couple of other Lunar New Year festival traditions that are different from these. So for the Korean New Year, which is, oh boy, let's hope I don't butcher these names, Solal. Solal is the Korean New Year. It takes place at exactly the same time. Again, it's all following the lunar calendar for this. But there's some slight differences for Solal. So for one thing, something I'll talk about a little bit more later is a lot of households will have like an ancestor altar in some capacity. So just trying to remember those that you've lost or relatives in some capacity and setting out food for them, which I think is really nice. That's a really lovely way to remember your old relatives, and yeah, just to keep them still in your hearts. It's kind of similar to Day of the Dead altars, but that's also built into this gigantic New Year celebration, which is fantastic. In addition to this, there is a Korean-specific dish that is also consumed, as opposed to something like hot pot, which I know a bunch of households will still consume. A bunch of places will also consume taku. Oh boy, I hope I pronounced that right. Taku, I think is how I heard that pronounced. I practiced that a little bit before this. I'm still not sure that I nailed it. But this is a clear liquid. It still has kind of these circular noodles or like circular motifs that are in the food, just to represent togetherness in some capacity. But the idea of the liquid being clear is that it's a clean slate. It's a new year, a new you, working off of the past and moving into the future. I think this is really cool as an idea. It's embracing the idea of it's a new year, clean slate, moving forward. I also think that this looks really tasty. I hope to try this at some point because this looks absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that's what I had heard too. A lot of things I looked up for Vietnamese Lunar New Year celebrations is that you all also have altars in a lot of celebrations, which is really cool. In addition to this, I wanted to highlight some things from the Vietnamese New Year, which is called, this is a short one. I might actually be able to do this. Thet is how I heard that pronounced. That's technically a shortened version of the full name, but a lot of people just shorten it to Thet. But yeah, in addition to a lot of flowers that people will pick up and having family altars for relatives, I also was seeing a lot of really cool pictures of 5 fruit trays, which have a ton of different variations all across Vietnam. Like, there's so many different types of fruit that are put into this, but the main thing is that you have 5 different types of fruit that are all put into this. And a lot of them will be regional things or something that's in season. And it's a really nice way to, again, embrace the idea that spring is coming, the new year is arriving. You can actually enjoy a bunch of new things that are finally going to be in season again. A new planting season is coming up. And yeah, I love it. I think that this is super cool. Also, all of the pictures that I looked up of 5 fruit trays were really gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic. And yes, thank you. A lot of the ones that I looked at were put on an altar for relatives or for ancestors in some capacity, which I think is super, super cool. Oh, it's for the altar. I know that some places you'll be able to eat the food afterwards. After you've presented it to the ancestors, you will be able to consume it afterwards, but oh my word. In addition to this, something that pops up in pretty much all Lunar New Year celebrations are gifts of money. So they will often show up in these really adorable red pouches. They'll often be decorated with really beautiful designs on the front. In a lot of Korean households, I was reading that they, instead of having red envelopes, they'll have white ones instead, which is kind of a similar idea to the clear noodle soup. It's a clean slate, something for the new year, which I think is really cool. Capitalism. Oh Oh my word. So yeah, generally in a lot of households, the way that the gifts of money work is they're often given from adults to children. Some households will also still give gifts of money to anyone in the family who isn't married. Just kind of a bummer. I would like a red envelope. I'm married. I would like a red envelope too. But here's the thing, it is very expensive for the people putting together the red envelopes. Just don't get married. Infinite money glitch, indeed. We've learned this from a beloved Doki bird. But in order to rectify this injustice, we're going to be making some red envelopes later that you can have for yourselves. Because I still think that everyone should be able to get red envelopes. I think they're fantastic. Oh my word. Yes, bless our dear Doki bird. I'm so happy she's doing well. Oh my word. So good. Are there Blue Archive red envelopes? Man, some folks in the Discord actually had put together a bunch of red envelope designs already. Y'all can wish for whatever gacha luck you want. We can all send each other good luck and good fortune with these red envelopes for our gacha pulls. God knows that we need them. Ugh. Okay, so anyway, we will work more on the red envelopes later, but a couple other things I wanted to go over is that a lot of Lunar New Year celebrations, not everything, but some places will actually get really dressed up for the Lunar New Year, putting on festival attire and going out to visit different places, or just, I don't know, having a nice excuse to get dressed up, which is always fun. I know that's not always for everyone, but sometimes it can be fun just to, I don't know, have an excuse to get dressed up for a little bit, as long as it's not too cumbersome to actually get into it. And then something that I've essentially already covered, but I put in a slide just in case I didn't talk about it, is that a lot of countries will have family altars in some capacity. So there will be food offerings that will be made, and just generally taking some time to remember your ancestors and celebrate them in some capacity. A lot of places will also, on the third day after the Lunar New Year, some different traditions will also see people going and visiting gravestones or burial plots for their ancestors, just to spend some time thinking and remembering them, which is really lovely. I think that's good, just to go and, like, I don't know, celebrate the lives of the people that you loved and just to remember them in some capacity. So I think that's good. Uematsu, I better have fruit trays on my altar after I pass. Fantastic. Oh man, that's incredible. Oh my god, tofu! We switched to vegetarian offerings a while ago, so now we have cute piggy buns. Oh my god, that's amazing! That's so good! Oh my god, that's incredible! Man, that sounds so tasty. I'm jealous. So jealous, that sounds so good. Oh, I love coconut pig buns. Those are so good. Oh, I don't know why they always look like cute little pigs, but they're adorable and very tasty. The coconut custard's very good. Alrighty. So that was a lot just for the Lunar New Year itself, leading up to the Lunar New Year and then actually celebrating the Lunar New Year. But if you can believe it, we're not done yet, because 15 days after the Lunar New Year, in a lot of countries, there will be the Lantern Festival. So the reason why this is 15 days after the Lunar New Year is that 15 days after the new moon will be the full moon. So this is essentially the first full moon of the Lunar New Year. For this year, because the Lunar New Year started on the 9th, the first full moon of the year is on the 24th. So the Lunar New Year will be on the 9th, and then the Lantern Festival is on the 24th, 15 days after. You mean the Genshin side quest? Yeah, no, you can definitely, for those of you who play Genshin, you can see a lot of the similarities and inspirations from the Lunar New Year and the Lantern Festival in the Lantern Rite. There's a lot of inspiration there. So, something that is super cool about the Lantern Festival is it's kind of a winding down of the New Year celebrations. It's when the moon is at its fullest, and so it's a celebration of light, of chasing away the darkness successfully, of heading into spring, and just taking some time to admire these really, really beautiful lanterns. A lot of these end up being really elaborate. Like, look at some of these. Look at those lotuses. Those are lanterns. That's incredible. Oh my God. I don't know. I think that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, give me a second. There's a loud car driving by. This actually is a good time for me to drink water. Quick hydration break, everyone, while this car passes. Good God, these motorcycles, man. Killing me. Killing me. Okay, anyway, that was a good hydration check. Anyway, moving on. So, the Lantern Festival is a celebration of light, which is really lovely. So some places will have these really gorgeous, elaborate lanterns, and then some places will actually light lanterns and send them into the sky. A lot of other places will have lanterns that are hung outside, just things to light up the streets and celebrate the coming of spring. Another really cool symbolism for some Lunar New Year festivals is that the lanterns are a way to guide souls back to where they need to go. So if your ancestors came and essentially are thought of revisiting you for the actual Lunar New Year, spending time and getting to be around your family and loved ones once again, at the Lantern Festival, it's time for them to go back, and the lanterns are a way to guide them back to where they need to go, which is really, really cool. So a lot of these festivals are really beautiful, not just visually, but also from like an emotional standpoint. I think it's really cool for folks to, I don't know, have like a nice symbolic like sending off of their relatives, of saying goodbye for now, but knowing that they're still in your hearts. I think that's really cool. So yeah, it's really good. So anyway, all of this is a huge celebration to conclude the New Year festivities and to usher in a new spring, which is fantastic. Some Lunar New Year festivals are called spring festivals as a result. But generally, if you say the Lunar New Year, Spring Festival, or the Chinese New Year, they're all essentially this big celebration of togetherness, of new beginnings, of washing away the old and bringing in the new, which I think is fantastic. So yeah, this is all of the things for the Lunar New Year. This is a really big high-level overview. There's so many things I wasn't even able to talk about. This presentation kept getting so big. I had to cut things down. So my apologies if I didn't talk about certain things. I just kind of wanted to highlight some of the biggest, most general celebrations across different regions, while also highlighting some really cool things that people do to celebrate the Lunar New Year. So, for our celebration, I want to spread good fortune with you all by making our own red envelopes, because I will not let this injustice stand. I don't care that I'm married. I want a red envelope. So we're going to make them. We're going to make them ourselves. And it'll be fantastic. We can share them all. Share our good luck with each other. Usher in a good new year. I figure that should be good. So anyway, give me 1 second. I'm going to go. Let me go pull up. I've got my own red envelope here. And then if you all want to draw along or make your own red envelopes, I've got a blank version of this that you can pull off of the Discord as well. It's in the Yumie fan thart channel. Oh man. Oh my word. Oh, so yeah, anyway, while I'm getting everything prepared, because I've got to, I don't have enough water. I just finished everything. Apparently I was really thirsty before the stream. Everyone, we're gonna have another quick hydration check just as you all get everything prepared. And then, yeah, we're gonna hop into making our own red envelopes. So yeah, it'll be good. I'm gonna put you all to hang out with Chibinoko for just a minute here, and then I'll be back with some water. It's Thart. It's just canonically Thart now. Anyway, I will see you all in just a few moments here. Alrighty. Thank you all. As I was going for my drink earlier, I realized that I didn't have as much water as I thought I did, so wanted to make sure that I grabbed some of that. Thank you all for waiting. Oh my word. Oh my god! What? Y'all are... That's very kind. Y'all don't have to send super chats. That's so sweet. Thank you, Magical. Best I could do is yellow. Also, slight tangent. It is approximately 1 year since I discovered this channel. Good year. Nice content. No regrets. Oh my god. That's actually wild. It has been a year, hasn't it? Oh my god. I've actually been streaming for over a year. Like, I was making video content ever since October, but I actually started streaming, I think, in December of 2022, which is kind of wild. So, I'm really glad that y'all have enjoyed this so much. It's been such a fun year with you all. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fantastic. Good job getting Walkabout. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Man, I think we're off to a good start. Off to a good start with our Lunar New Year. So yeah, something as far as I didn't get to talk about the zodiac, but for a lot of folks who are celebrating the Lunar New Year, it's kind of an interesting position to be in, because technically January 1st, a lot of places will just kind of consider that like the beginning of the year of, you know, in this case, it's the year of the dragon. But like officially the year of the dragon for the lunar calendar is going to be starting on the 9th. So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty exciting. It's almost like, especially with a lot of places celebrating both January 1st and the Lunar New Year, it's kind of like you get to have 2 New Year's celebrations, which is great. I don't know. I enjoy that. I think that's fantastic. Okay, let's go let's start drawing. Speaking of the Year of the Dragon, we need to draw a very special Peroro dragon. Y'all are familiar with Perorodzilla, but are you familiar with the Year of the Dragon, Peroro? First, we've got to get some classic Peroro things. So we've got to go like this. Gonna get the little derpy top bit here. God, this has been a fantastic year with y'all. Y'all have been so sweet. I don't know. I feel really lucky with how much my channel has grown and how many people have been able to hang out and enjoy me rambling about all sorts of things. Whether it's Blue Archive or anime or different holidays around the world. So thank you. Thank you for spending this last year with me. This has been really, really fun, y'all. Cheers to another great year, and I don't know, for a lot of really fun things that are going to be coming up in the future here. All right, let's go. Oh, geez. I can do a better oval than that. Let's go like this. Okay. Beautiful. I can actually probably shift some of this. I think this is okay. All right. And then Peroro has these derpy little eyelashes. Beautiful. So I made my swimsuit Hanako pulls earlier when I filmed myself. Boy, it seems like I've got a bit of the Noah luck returning again. I did get one new character, but I had to spark for swimsuit Hanako. God, I'm so glad that y'all enjoy the Yumie tangents trademarked. That's fantastic. Y'all are absolutely wonderful. I don't know. I need to, like, capture some of Bear's luck again, because apparently I had captured it for a very short period of time. But whatever I did, I don't know. We'll see if it returns for the next event that I'll be pulling on. But I made Bear take a bunch of screenshots to show you all. Do you know that Bear got 8 copies of swimsuit Hanako? 8 of them. He got 8 of them. Unbelievable. And he got 2 copies of Mika, and a swimsuit. I think he got 1 or 2 swimsuit, Hoshinos? Yeah, 8. He got 8! I was livid! I was so upset! Oh my god, he was laughing his ass off too. Do you know on top of that, he got 4 new characters? He has more characters than me. And he still got new ones in 200 polls. Yeah, no, his second poll, he got swimsuit Hanako. And then his 11th poll, he got swimsuit Hanako. And then... And he was like, should I keep pulling? And I'm like, God, why? And then 200 polls later, we did the math and we're like, yeah, no, you can keep pulling because you can just like improve her 5-star weapon. Yeah, he was able to max her out, like get her to a 3-star weapon just off of pulls alone. How much money is he giving Nexon? That's what I want to know. Like, what the hell? I don't know. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I don't know why he's so lucky. I guess it's somewhat of a curse because he's so lucky and he has so many characters that he can't build them all. Like, he's actually really poor. He doesn't have enough credits just to level everyone up, so No, Silver Aranda, your double 5 stars are special. They are absolutely special. Bear is just built different. I don't know. Bear's got something going on with his luck stat. It's it's unbelievable. I had to spark for her. When I told him that, he laughed so hard. This man. This man and his ridiculous luck. Someday I will recapture some of that. Oh, God. I still can't believe how many he got. But yeah, no, I made him screenshot all of them just as proof that he actually did it. It's kind of insane. Husband of streamer luck is the strongest luck. No, for real though, it is. It's ridiculous. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I can make this derpier. Let's go. Just like this. I'll erase this. Gotta really get the curve of that derpy mouth. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. And then let's go like this. Oh yeah. Peroro-sama's looking fantastic. God. I just can't believe him though. I can't believe he's got so much luck. Oh man. Oh yeah, y'all can use whatever you want when you're drawing on these. In fact, this is a lot lighter than I meant it to be. This is supposed to be like more of a gold color. But it is kind of whitish. Let's go with that. Okay. Let's go. And then we've got cute little blushes. Adorable. And then let's go. The derpy little eyes. Oh, Peroro-sama, you're beautiful. And yeah, exactly. You can do white, you can do yellow, whatever you want on these. A bunch of folks that I was looking over things, y'all did some good ones. I was so excited to put these all together at the end. I think they're super good. Okay, so then we've got this. I wonder if I'm actually just gonna do this side. We'll just go like this. Very derpy. Okay, and then we'll go like this. Perfect. You know, I just realized I didn't get, I meant to get a toggle set up for my model so that when I look down at my screen, it still keeps my eyes open. I didn't get that set up for this, but I will try to get that set up for future things. So let me go. I actually think I'm gonna move this foot. And then we'll turn it a bit. And maybe I'll flip it because that ended up being, there we go. Yeah, I'm really excited for some of the upcoming banners that we're gonna have. We've got an event that I've been looking forward to for a really long time that's gonna be coming up. It's the Red Winter Dojin Club. I'm really excited for them. Like, Meru is going to be a menace, but I'm super excited for that event. I think that's gonna be really good. Oh, I'm glad that you like the eyes closed thing. Okay, maybe I'll keep it then. It looks like I'm thinking really hard. Okay, cool. I can keep it then. That's really good to hear. Oh my word. Yeah, there's gonna be some really fun things that are gonna be coming up in Blue Archive in the future. Man, it's just been like a really good time for gacha events in general. For those of you who play Honkai Star Rail, oh my god, Pinakoni is amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's gorgeous. The music is fantastic. The story was great. I want more already. Please give me more, Hoyoverse. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really, really fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to streaming next week. I think that we're gonna play through the companion story that is out for this one, which I think will be really good. I'm looking forward to that. Let me go. These are slightly too high up, so let's drop these just slightly like this. God, that's true. Ichika's event looks like that's gonna be so much fun too. Oh, God, I was gonna say, for those of you who are trying to avoid Blue Archive spoilers, I'm so sorry. God, there's been a lot recently. There's a really big plot point that has been revealed on the Japanese server, and I have also had a bunch of things that have just popped up. Man, I actually got really lucky. I didn't have anything spoiled for me for Star Rail, which is really good. Also, oh my god, bless the SNEC mods in our Discord. They've been trying so hard to make sure that spoilers for Hinakoni are not showing up for people. Y'all are doing fantastic work. Doing the good work of Peroro-sama and the snack over here. It's fantastic. Oh man. But yeah, let me go. I'll do this. Oh, okay. Perfect. Peroro-sama's beautiful. Now we need to make Peroro-sama a dragon. So we can't do the little noodle body, but I'm gonna give Peroro-sama some cute little horns. I'll just go like this. Beautiful. He'll kind of look like a reindeer, but that's fine. We'll just pretend he's a dragon. Dragon Peroro. I can give him little whiskers too. Like, meh. Looks a bit like a mustache. The return of cool Peroro. Maybe I need to make this. You know what? It's fine. It's perfect. Oh man, he's beautiful. He's absolutely beautiful. Maybe I need to make these closer together again. Hold on, let's go. Let's bring the little whiskers. I love how some of like dragon designs that have like the really long bodies will sometimes have these catfish whiskers that I think are wonderful. You for me would buy this 100%, right? Oh my word. Oh God, I'm so glad that y'all enjoy Blue Archive. I think it can be hard sometimes to avoid spoilers, and I'm really happy that, like, by and large, I'm glad at least on the server that we've been able to keep things contained. Twitter is kind of a different beast entirely, but yeah, it's been really fun to play with you all. Speaking of, I'm actually working on a video right now. It's gonna come out next week. It's a lot shorter than some of my other recent videos, but it's going to be talking about all of the newest updates to Blue Archive. So all of the quality of life changes and some other things I haven't had a chance to talk about. I'm also going to be talking about Sonic and Elastic and some tricks that I've done to kind of keep them straight in my head. So yeah, I think that will be really good. Yeah, no, Hifumi would. Hifumi would go crazy. Can you imagine? It's a limited edition Peroro. All right, we're gonna make some of the lines on the outside a little bit thicker to make that stand out a little bit more. Perfect, all right. Something that's really fun to do with something like this, because this is a little true to life, is that you can make some of the lines have like variable thickness. So some areas will be thicker than others. I actually don't know that I want that to be that thick though. Let's do this. Will be thick here. And then let's make that a little thicker on the edge. Normally I draw on a vector layer, but I figured this wouldn't be too bad to freehand. Okay. Beautiful. Sonic and Shadow and Tails and oh, you mean the attack type. Yep. You know, it's funny when I mentioned that to Bear. Bear was like, Sonic? What? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, the new attack type, the one that Swimsuit Hanako is gonna have. And he's like, oh, I see. And I'm like, yeah, no, not like Sonic the franchise. Oh man, but yeah, no, there's been a lot of updates to the game, and it's actually, oh my god, I can't believe how long it's been since I've done a gameplay update video. In my head, I had done it a lot sooner, but that is not true. It's actually been a while. So I put together, I'm like finalizing that video, and I'll get that out next week. And at the very end of that video, I'm actually going to be talking about what we're gonna do for the 10K celebration. As a thank you for 10,000 subscribers. I've got something special planned. So yeah, I'll talk about that at the very end of that video next week. So yeah, it'll be good. Oh, okay, this looks fantastic. Oh, I'm a big fan. Oh my god! God, it has been 10 months of membership, hasn't it? Oh my god. Yeah, our definitely not a cult anniversary is coming up. It's kind of incredible. That's kind of wild. I don't know how that happened so fast. I don't know, y'all. It's been a really fun year. It kind of feels like it's gone by super fast. Oh, it's been good though. It's been very, very good with you all. Tofu, thank you for the, oh my God. Oh my, y'all, super chats and gifted memberships, good God. Thank you, Tofu. Fried manto and braised pork belly supremacy. God, that sounds so good. Oh my God, it makes me so hungry. Bear and I are gonna have some hot pot this weekend and I'm already just salivating. I want it so bad. But goddamn, Tofu! Thank you all. You're very, very kind. For folks who got gifted memberships, enjoy. Have fun with the emotes. I've got some fun stuff that's coming up. In fact, tomorrow I'm gonna be playing Genshin for a really long time, so. Oh, Unknown Crusader! Crusady, it's okay. It's okay. Everyone, regardless of whether you have a membership or not, everyone is part of the Snack Club. It's all good. It's all good. Oh my word. You know, hold on. I think what I meant to do was something like this. God, y'all are very kind. Jesus Christ. Y'all are very, very kind. You know, that's fair. You gave up your luck to get Wakamo. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. As it should be. I'm gonna have Chibinoko circling around this. Perfect. Okay. Fantastic. Crusader, the true SSR. For real, though. Oh, man. God, yeah, I'm gonna have Bear post those polls for you all later. It's kind of unacceptable. I cannot believe this man and his luck. It is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, you know, so I've got, for that be right back screen, I've got it set right now where it's still winter time, but it's actually been really warm where I'm at. It rained today. Like, it rained. I don't even know what to make of that. It's kind of wild. It's been so warm outside. All the snow is melted. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with myself. I'm so used to it being horrible and frozen and cold this time of year, but no, it's just like, I don't know. It's strange. It's very strange to see. But yeah, I hope the weather has been good for you all. I hope it's been decent. Unfortunately, I know that for some parts of the world, weather has been kind of insane. For those folks who live in California, I hope that y'all are being taken care of and that everything is okay. There have been a couple of really bad storms that have hit you folks. So yeah, please be safe. Don't go driving in floodwaters. Be careful as much as possible. Especially with like how warm it's been. It's been a little bizarre, to say the least, to not have lots of snow. It's good that it's warm for some of you folks too. Here's the thing, in some parts of the world, it's essentially summer right now. So like in Australia, you poor, poor people. I'm so sorry it's so warm there. Oh my God. But yeah, thankfully in the middle of the year for us, it'll be winter for you folks. So that'll be good. You'll get a little break. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of the winter this year. It's just been really, really warm. It's kind of freaking me out, actually. I didn't expect that. Summer 24/7, 365. Yeah, that's the thing. If you live anywhere near the equator, that's just kind of your life. It's just really humid all the time. God, okay, that's good. I'm so glad. For those of you who have been in areas that have been affected by floods, I'm really glad that you all are doing well. That makes me really happy to hear. I kept watching the news on that, getting more and more worried, because it's been really terrible in a lot of places. So that's good. I'm glad that you folks are safe. Isaac looks like I arrived just in time. Summons Australian. You know, I was talking about how warm it's been where I've been. It's all of the snow is melted, which is kind of freaking me out. Normally we have several blizzards this time of year. Here's the thing, I feel like it's just like trying to lower my guard. Like the second that I'm used to the warm weather, I'm just gonna get hit with a blizzard again. So I guess it's probably good because in the Midwest where I live, there were a bunch of blizzards that happened earlier in the year, just like back to back, really, really rough snowstorms. So it's kind of nice to have a break from that for a little bit, but I'm also really confused about how warm it is, so. Oh, God, I'm so sorry for you folks in South America too. God, I have heard it's so hot there. Oh my God. I don't know. It's really weird right now. Like, even for you folks who are in the equator, I have heard it is very sweltering in a lot of places. So be safe. Make sure that you're hydrated and that you try to find a place to get cool. I don't know. I want you all to stay safe as best as you can. So, our little Chibinoko is looking great. I keep laughing looking at this. This derpy dragon Peroro. Okay, so let's go. Let's make these lines a little bit thicker. Fantastic. Okay. And I think that's looking good. Okay. So, gift membership to global warming. Maybe that'll make it calm down. God damn it. Oh my God. Okay. All right, y'all. This is looking fantastic. I'm very happy with this. Okay. Excellent. So let's go. Maybe I can add like a fun, like maybe golden sheen to some of this. Let's go. Let's try. I can try like one of these watercolor brushes. I'm not sure how this will actually look. You can give it a shot. That's slightly better. I'm gonna just do this so it's like a golden sheen on it. Okay. The golden Peroro. And then let me go really quick. I'm actually gonna blur that or blend it. Let's go. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, apparently at long last, Blue Sky has finally like opened up to the broad public. Up to this point, you had to have like an invitation to actually join, but they've actually opened it up to folks. I'm kind of curious to see if it'll actually take off. I kind of feel like they missed their window of opportunity because by and large, a lot of folks have like adjusted to some of like the really frustrating things on Twitter. God, here's the thing though, I'd love an alternative. There's a lot of things that I have traditionally loved about Twitter for like following artists and keeping up with content creators I'm interested in, but I would be very happy to have an alternative. That would be kind of fantastic. I gotta get around to actually like getting things set up there. I was able to get a Blue Sky set up a little bit earlier, but I haven't like done too much with it. So I will actually post a link for that, or rather like let you all know that that's a thing, because Twitter doesn't like you posting links for that because it's their competition, so. Oh man. You know, that's true. Just saving your username is perfectly fine. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like just making sure that like you've got your username saved at least so that no one else goes and grabs it first. I think that that's decent, especially if you're like a content creator in some capacity, or just like wanting to make sure that like your name is actually hooked up to something. I think that that's decent. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that they finally opened things up. God knows. God knows they had been needing to do that for a while. I'm guessing they just like didn't have like the servers just to accept so many new people joining. So they tried to make it invite only. But God, it's been a while. It's nice that they're finally doing it, but I'm curious to see how many folks will move over. It's worth giving it a shot at least, or grabbing your username if nothing else. Okay, this is looking good. Oh, oh, fantastic, beautiful. Nobody asks Cherino where the money in her red envelopes come from. Yeah, we don't need to think too hard about the banks that she's stolen from. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're going to... Let's do... How thick is this? Oh, way too thick. Let's do... Maybe like this instead. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this maybe behind the layers. Okay. No banks. Hoshino will be mad at y'all. This is true. This is very true. Oh my word. Okay, beautiful. Let's go. I almost wonder, maybe I can make it a little closer to the edge. Okay, let's try this. Get it to line up right on the edge here. Okay. And I've got a little fill at the bottom. I'll just fill that in. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's beautiful. You know, Hoshino was pretty on board with a lot of their heists. Just, you know, making sure that they didn't keep the money because that could have had some problems for them. Oh, man. Okay. I think this is looking really good, y'all. Okay, last thing that we're gonna do. We're going to... include a nice little heart right here. Oh, wonderful. Okay, and then let's go. I think it's this layer. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, just a little soft bleed here. Perfect. Okay. Yay! Okay, okay. And then finally, let me go get my brush here, and let's go. Much love and good luck. Ooh, okay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, y'all, I think this is ready. This is me wishing you all a bunch of good luck, sending you all a bunch of love, and thank you for a wonderful, wonderful year. Oh, man. No, you didn't have to write anything. You didn't have to write anything. A bunch of them don't have, like, too much writing on them at all, so no, you're completely fine. Oh, man. This has been a really fun year, y'all. Thank you so much for spending the last year hanging out, having a bunch of fun, spending time laughing and crying, and just generally having a really fantastic time together. I'm gonna go put together all of the red envelopes that folks have drawn, and yeah, if we compile them all together, maybe Peroro-sama will look favorably down on us, and then we'll have good gacha luck. Oh my word. Okay, let's do it though. Let me go. I'm gonna gather everything. God, you all made such good ones. Okay, let's go. Y'all can watch the lovely snow falling in the background. Oh my word. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna go put these all together. So let me export this, and then I will put these all in one big document. God, y'all made so many good ones. Okay, so let's go to the Yumie fan art channel. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. God damn, y'all made so many. Okay, all right, let's save these. Okay. So let's go. Give me a second. Let's grab these. Man, I am really impressed that some of you drew these with a mouse too. Like, I had the benefit at least of having like a tablet I could draw with. Oh my god! Jesus! TJ, you drew a dragon! Oh my god! Holy cow, that looks fantastic! You crazy people, this is gorgeous. Oh my god, these are so good! Oh my god, these are all amazing. Holy cow, this is fantastic. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, okay, let me go. Oh my god. There's a buff Yumi. There's an I Love Haruka red envelope. This is incredible. No, and don't worry, y'all, it's totally fine. Like, I don't want to like put anyone on the spot. Like, you don't have to have artistic skills. I think it's just fun. I think it's just fun to draw funny things and put them all together. Oh god, these are great. Okay, all right, I think I got everything. Let me go compile these together. Okay, so let's go. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna go import these all really quick. Oh my god, y'all made so many. This is great. Okay, let's go add mine to this. Oh my god, they're beautiful. Oh my god. Okay. Fantastic. All right, so let's go. I'll put this like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna stack up all of our red envelopes together. Oh, these are amazing. If I compile this much good luck together, I think we can pass this along to everyone. Oh my god, this is wonderful. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's put this here. I'm gonna slot this over. No, and no apologize, y'all. Happy Lunar New Year! Regardless of when you show up, y'all are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. This has just been really fun. I don't know, the Lunar New Year is a really gigantic celebration, and it's something that I wanted to share with you all, because I think, especially with like the Solar New Year happening on January 1st, the Lunar New Year can kind of come out of nowhere if you're like, wait, the New Year just happened. But no, it's actually a really big celebration and something that I think is really cool. So I'm really glad I got to share it with y'all. It was really fun. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many of these, y'all. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna scale this one down just a little bit. Oh my god, this is incredible. Oh, these are so good. Man, y'all put some fantastic work into these. Good god. These are amazing. Oh man. Oh no, and no worries, y'all. If it's really late for you folks, please, please don't feel bad about having to sleep or just like taking it easy. I know that some of these stream times are really rough for UTC, so I don't know. I'm trying to find more chances where I can stream at a time that's much better for you all. But yeah, thank you so much for just like, I don't know, for those of you who are checking out the VOD later, I am a fellow VOD watcher. I'm often really busy and have a hard time watching streams when they're actually happening. So yeah, y'all are wonderful. I appreciate y'all so much. Oh my god, okay, I think I've gotten them all. Fantastic. Okay, wait, no, hold on. There's another one still, okay. Oh my god, these are amazing. Okay, so I got this here. And then let's go. Man, thank you for your patience while I'm putting these all together. There are so many of them. Okay, I've got everything put together now. So let's go. Damn, Yumi's so busy she can't even watch her own streams live. Have you considered cloning yourself? Then you can stream in any timeline. You know, that's a fair point. If there are 2 of me, or even more, I can stream at any time. might be too powerful if that happens, though. That might be kind of, I don't know. That's a lot of responsibility. Oh, that's a lot. It would be very impressive, though, if I was able to do it. Oh, God, no, not twice the bounty, oh, God. Well, the Tsuchinoko Festival is coming back on May 3rd. You know, no need to think about or look into any bounties for Tsuchinoko at that time. Oh, man. God, and for those of you who are able to catch a stream, welcome, welcome. I'm glad that y'all have enjoyed my Blue Archive content and watching things. That is wonderful. Y'all are absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I might have, unfortunately, put a bounty on my head last year by talking about the Tsuchinoko Festival and inadvertently informing people that there was 1,000,000 yen to be won by turning in a live Tsuchinoko. So, you know, I unfortunately have to stay very far away from the Tsuchinoko Festival. But maybe at some point I'll be able to, like, find molds for those Tsuchinoko taiyaki, because, God, that looks good. Oh, my God. Hey, y'all. So, speaking of Monster Hunter, for one thing, I'm insanely excited for Monster Hunter, like, Wilds when it comes out. I want... I know that's not going to happen until 2025, but I'm very excited. At some point, I want to play some Monster Hunter on stream with y'all. I just got to find some time to actually sit down and do it. In addition to that, I also am going to be picking up Grand Blue Fantasy Relink because it kind of like hits all of that. Like Monster Hunter vibes, fun story, fun characters. Bear has been playing the demo and has been super into it, so I am really, really excited to play that. Yeah, super excited. This is gonna be good, y'all. Okay, I got the New Year envelopes. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go pull these up. So let's do... Yeah, I know that Grand Blue Fantasy, it had some issues when they first, like the first launch day, there was some stability issues that were causing it, like crashes during the menu. And also people were having some issues with some of the cutscenes, but it sounds like that's all been fixed, which is fantastic. So that's great news for me for actually going and checking it out. Man, that's fantastic for those of you who are saving up for it. It looks absolutely incredible. And I have heard from fellow Monster Hunter fans that it is extremely fantastic. Thank you to the Snek mods for enthusiastically telling me about that because I'm very excited for it. Oh, God. Oh no, system philosophy, the Yumie clones. So first Yumie works for payment, second Yumie spends time with Bear, third and fourth Yumie stream. They change their positions constantly because if they don't, one Yumie will become the 24/7 worker and revolt. God, having 4 of me would actually be fantastic though. Just rotating through the different things. I would get so much accomplished. God, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Okay. I'm gonna pull up these envelopes. I keep getting distracted and laughing about things. I've actually got all of these put together. All right, let's go. Assets, New Year envelopes. Beautiful. I'm gonna shrink these a tiny bit. Look at how many there are, y'all. These are all so good. Oh my God. With this much luck, we can accomplish so many things. Oh my God. This is wonderful. I want to talk about how fantastic these all are. These are so good. Oh my God. So we've got our I love Igusa Haruka, which is fantastic. We've got a buff Yumi. We have this absolutely baller dragon that TJ drew. Like, what the hell? This is amazing. This is so good. We've got several happy Lunar New Year celebrations, which is so wonderful. We have the absolutely best Rar dragon in the middle. We have Frieren giving out red envelopes, which is just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. It's perfect. It's so perfect. so good. And then let me pull up, Sky had drawn a firefly, which is absolutely beautiful. Let me pull up. In the warmth of your light, 1,000 flowers could bloom. It's just lovely. It's very, very good. Oh no, and no worries. If y'all can't draw, it's totally fine. What I'm gonna try to do for like streams like this is, for this one, I tried to post this a couple days in advance. I'm gonna try and do this even more in advance for you all, just so you have as much time as possible to actually like get some drawing in, and actually if you want to but you don't have time during the stream or something, you can still do some stuff. And even if you're watching this after the stream, the PNG that I made for this is still on the Discord server, so like you can go and draw and just add whatever you want. Like, folks have done that for past streams. They've gone back and added things and still posted them, so please still feel free to do that. Oh my word, this was fantastic, y'all. Oh my gosh. Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. This was absolutely wonderful. I hope this was really helpful. Just if, whether or not you're familiar with the Lunar New Year ahead of time, if you just wanted to learn more about different traditions all over the world, I hope that this was really fun. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful new year. May this year bring you luck. May this year bring you smiles. And regardless of whatever comes next, whatever hardships may happen, there will always be tomorrow. So please look forward to the future, take care of yourselves, and be kind to yourselves. Even if certain things are stressful or hard, just know that there's always something more to look forward to. And I hope that good luck finds you and that you have a very wonderful, wonderful new year. Woo! Happy Year of the Dragon, everyone! Woo! Next year, our luck is going to be even greater, because do you know what next year is going to be? After the Year of the Dragon, it's the Year of the Snake. That's pretty spectacular, if you ask me. I have some things planned for the Year of the Snake. I definitely don't have entirely too many fun projects that I think about and work on long in advance, but anyway, I look forward to that. In the coming months, we're going to have some other fun things coming up, so look forward to that. So yeah, oh my gosh, oh Isaac, the snake is your zodiac. That's beautiful. That's fantastic. Ah, that's extremely lucky from my perspective. Honestly, y'all can be honorary Year of the Snake. That is my perspective on the matter. After the Year of the Rar, it's the Year of the Snake. Exactly. You've got it. That is exactly right. Oh my god. So anyway, y'all please take care of yourselves. And in the next week, look forward to, we're gonna have that Blue Archive video that I'm gonna post. And I'm actually still gonna have 2 streams next week. So I'm going to have our Star Rail stream next week, and I'm also going to have another drawing stream, just where I'm talking about my favorite things of anime from the last year. That was something I wasn't able to do during our seasonal anime stream, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's okay, because this time I'll be able to just take my time with drawing and just chatting about my favorites from 2023. So yeah, it'll be good. Are you all planning to sacrifice each other for the Year of the Snake? Is that what's happening? I see what's happening over here. The cult energy has grown too strong, I think. Oh, that's right. Speaking of the definitely not a cult, the members stream is tomorrow. I'm going to be playing through the newest Genshin event. I'm really excited to play through Crane Mom's story. So we're gonna do that. And if we have time, we'll play through the Lantern Rite as well, which is kind of perfect. So you'll come from this stream where we've been talking about the Lunar New Year and all of these different traditions. And then I'll be playing some Genshin tomorrow, which will actually have a lot of inspiration from this. So yeah. It'll be good. I tried to make the stream tomorrow a little bit earlier because I know some folks in UTC were planning to stay up late to watch it, and I want to make it as good as possible for you folks to do that. So I'm kind of experimenting with a couple of times that still won't be like too early for folks that are in Asia and Australia, but won't be too late for folks that are in Europe and Africa. So my plan is that will start at, if I remember correctly, I think it's at 6:30 p.m. EST. Which will be 11:30 p.m. UTC. And I think I've got this on my schedule. Instead of just trying to do math, I can just rely on the thing that I made to help me with the math. Okay, yeah, 6:30 p.m. EST, UTC 11:30, and JST 8:30 a.m. So that'll be a little bit earlier for some of the folks who are in Asia. But I figured I'd at least like get started at that slightly earlier time. And then if I'm being totally real, because I'm starting earlier, that means I can run for longer. Normally a lot of my cutoff times for streams are because it starts getting kind of late in the evening. And I end up being like, oh, it's like 11 p.m. I should probably start winding down and getting ready for bed. But yeah, I will have a lot of time to actually stream that, so I think that'll be really good. Oh my word, it's gonna be good, y'all. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, anyway, thank you all for coming and hanging out. This was so much fun. Thank you for your wonderful, wonderful drawings. Many blessings to all of you. Peroro-sama sends all of the best luck in the world. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye for now, y'all. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Oh my word, I'm reading your kind comments. You all are so sweet. Oh my god, thank you all. Y'all, it's a two-way street. Like, I have a lot of fun streaming, but you all are so much fun to hang out with. So thank you. Thank you so much for the fun year. Oh my word. Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. Please take care of yourselves. Have some fun food. Go get yourself some oranges or some clementines. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye for now.